Marketing is the perfect combination of storytelling with art. Now, the thing is, if you don't know how to tell a story, then you don't know how do I say this? Understand the dynamics and way people learn. We live our life based on story. Now, what do I mean? Well, if I showed you a piece of artwork and I told you it was worth $20 million, would you believe that the artwork was worth $20 million, or would you need a story to solidify, to get checked out, and then have it tell you within the story that the artwork is worth $20 million and the reason why? This is why understanding is so important, especially when you're marketing in the world that we live in today, because many people have different languages and different modes of speaking when it comes to communication. Now, communication is a beautiful thing. And I think one of the things people don't understand about communication is that children will always try to get away with saying something, to be funny, to upset somebody, to come in as a chivalrous chap, so on and so forth, etc., because they think it's the right thing to do, when in actuality, the world is actually backwards. So, when it comes to understanding, first, we have to get down communication. Second, we have to understand storytelling and pattern recognition. If you notice, different stories have a similar pattern that they follow, right? They introduce all the characters, they tell you a little bit about them, they're a little bit of a backstory, then they build up the story to lead onto a quest, and then of course there's challenges, or as they would say, they would in Lord of the Rings, they went through the mountains and they fought the giants and the demons and all that, etc., and the monsters. And then, of course, there's the nemesis, and then there's a heroic ending or a tragic ending. Now, if you don't understand every single part of those stories and you're trying to communicate or play in a game or a world that is ruled by them, then anybody who has good pattern recognition will recognize the flaws within the story and point them out, but it'll stand out to them. If they're good, they'll stay quiet. If not, they'll say, "Hey, I noticed everything," so on and so forth, etc. Or they'll do something to let you know. Now, one of the things I learned when I used to be a breakdancer is that people only know you messed up if you let them know that you messed up. Meaning, you can make a facial expression, you do the wrong thing within the choreography, and then you pause and you're like, "Oh no, I messed up," and that lets everybody else know that you messed up. Nobody knows you messed up within a play or within a story that's being on, unless or should I say, the spectators or the mark or whatever, the audience doesn't know, right? The only way they know is if you tell them or if you show them that you know. Now, if that's the case, you have to understand that there was a TV show called Hustle with a gentleman named Mickey Bricks. And in there, he says, a good con is a con where everyone's in on it except for the mark. Everyone knows their lines, etc., except for the mark. Now, have I been blessed to be a part of a situation like this before? Yes, I have. It was done to me, and that's how you know about pattern recognition. But it was done when I was younger, so as I got older, stories got more complex. And then, of course, we had people that like to play mind games, but I've been a magician for more than 2 decades, so understanding mentalism and also understanding some of the Hermetic principles after some review put me on to certain things. Now, if you didn't have that background, you would be lost in the sauce and probably get tricked by a lot of these people. However, it's one of those things that, it's one of those things that you have to practice it, because if you don't use it, you lose it. I'll leave you with this. I had a friend, he's on a stage performing, and he's talking, so on and so forth, and then real quick he stops and he looks over to the right and he goes, "What do you want me to say?" Or, "What do you want me to do?" And then he looks back and he to the crowd, so on and so forth, etc., and it was almost as though he forgot his lines. And when that happened, it put certain people in a certain mindset to say, "What is going on here?" And then of course I got to sit there and see who was paying attention, who wasn't, and I got a quick synopsis or an overall view when it happened again later on, so on and so forth. It's like seeing a wrestling match, and the conversation between the two wrestlers is horrible because they don't know how to talk the talk and walk the walk. Think not Damon Johns, Dwayne Johnson, right? The Rock, and Vin Diesel, and all these guys. If they forgot their line, because they're professionals, they're not going to let you know that they forgot their line. They're going to go through and they're going to go and speak whatever they need to, called ad libbing, right? An ad lib would be if you just forgot your line, so you just went off the cuff. as they say, which is a different form or a different terminology for improvising. So if you ever have questions on anything marketing or communications, or you're trying to tell a story, you need help, please put those into the comments section. And please don't forget to follow me for more tips like this. Now, if you found this tip helpful and this advice helpful, please follow me and share this video with as many people as possible whom you think it could help. Until next time, my friends, take care. Have a great day.